Hi, my name is Madison Leonard, and I am a business management major at the University of South Florida in Tampa. And today I will be talking about This Is America by Childish Gambino, and it was released in 2018. This video is an interesting form of social commentary. It shows Gambino dancing and performing playful choreography while chaos unfolds around him, like gun violence, destruction, and social unrest. On the surface, it kind of seems like a normal music video, but when you look closer, it reveals critiques of racism, gun violence, and systematic injustice in the United States. This video strongly connects to the global goal 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, especially targets 16.1, which is to reduce violence everywhere, and 16.3, which aims to ensure equal access to justice. By having joyful music with shocking acts of violence, the video highlights how normalized and invisible systematic injustice can be in societies. The first term I want to discuss is kinesics. I believe I'm saying that right. Found on page 129 of our textbook. Kinesics refers to communication through body movement, gestures, and posture. Basically, it's how people use their bodies to convey messages without words. In the textbook, the way you walk can communicate messages, like if you're proud or scared, which is an example of this. In This Is America, Kinesics is used in a very powerful and symbolic way. For instance, around the 55-second to minute and 5-second mark, Gambino performs exaggerated dance movements while violence occurs in the background. His gestures, like dramatic arm movements, draw attention to himself while showing the contrast between entertainment and social issues. His body becomes a visual storyteller, showing irony and social commentary without saying a single word other than lyrics. These movements communicate tension, satire, and as well as criticism, demonstrating the power of kinesics to deliver meaning. The second term I'd like to talk about is facial displays, which you can find on page 125. Facial displays are expressions that reveal emotions like happiness, anger, and fear. They can reinforce or contradict verbal communication, often making the emotional content of a message way clearer. The textbook gives an example where it is not just things like emotion that can be portrayed, but also attractiveness and identity by facial displays. In the video, a particularly striking moment occurs around the 1 minute 20-second mark to the 2 minute mark, where Gambino smiles in a playful, almost like carefree way, and immediately after he shoots up a choir. This abrupt shift in facial expression from joy to just cold detachment communicates shock and horror and also normalization of violence. The facial display alone captures the emotional dissonance and social critique to the video. Without any dialogue, the viewer understands both the brutality of the act and the commentary on society's desensitization to violence. The third term I'd like to talk about is proxemics, which is found on page 134. Proxemics is the study of how distance and space can communicate meaning. It's about how people use personal space to convey intimacy, power, or detachment. The textbook example explains that closeness between individuals often signals intimacy or trust, while if you're at a distance away from other people, it can indicate detachment. In This Is America, proxemics is used symbolically to show social and cultural separation. Around the 2:40 to 3 minute mark, dancers perform in a tight group while violence and chaos unfold in the back around them. The close physical proximity contrasts the violence that is way behind them, symbolizing a kind of cultural bubble. This illustrates how entertainment and distraction can keep people emotionally or socially separated from the harsh realities occurring nearby. The space around the performers communicates social commentary without any sort of words other than the lyrics, showing how effective proxemics can be in storytelling. Reflecting in this activity, I realized nonverbal communication like body movement, facial expressions, and the use of space can honestly be more powerful than words in conveying messages about peace, justice, and strong institutions. And This Is America, Childish Gambino rarely speaks other than to say the word of like songs. Um, Yet the combination of gestures, expressions, and spatial relationships communicates social commentary, including violence, racism, and systemic justice. I do remember when this music video came out, and nobody were really like talking about the words or the lyrics of the songs. They were talking about what was happening in the music video, because it was bizarre to see compared to most other music videos. So that shows that there's a strong impression from nonverbal communication. Personally, I want to practice being more aware of my own nonverbal signals, understanding how posture, facial expressions, and distant communications meanings can make me more of an effective communicator, especially when discussing sensitive topics or delivering any sort of like persuasive messages. Overall, this exercise showed me depth of meaning that can be communicated through nonverbal channels. Nonverbal cues are not just supplementary, they can drive the entire message and emotional impact. Thank you.